Welcome to the Mobile County Public School Athletics Show. My name's Brad Lowell, District Athletic Director for the Mobile County Public Schools. Today we're here with Vigor High School. Coach Scott, thanks for being on.
Hey, thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
Coming off a big win against Murphy High School. Mayor's Cup, always a big game every year. I know the community looks forward to it. Both schools I know look forward to it. Always kind of a rivalry game. Two probably the most historical programs in this area. Tell us a little bit about that game and how you guys came out on top.
Well, yeah, the Mayor's Cup is a game played historically for a long time in the Mobile area from Vigor and Murphy. Goes back to a lot of great players played in it, and so it has a lot of significance throughout the community of Pritchard as well as Mobile. And very hard-fought game with Coach Jackson and his crew, and what they're doing over there is truly tremendous. They've done a lot in 1 year. But we were able to come out victorious on Friday night, and I think it was led by a lot of our defensive effort. Our defensive guys played really well for us at times, and I'm very proud of their performance. But I really wanted to, acknowledge the fact that it was very much so a team effort. Our offense sustained the ball, didn't turn it over, and so he gave us the opportunity to be in good position in most of the game. So I think it was all a total team effort.
Well, Coach, talking about your program in general, and we look at what you guys did last year, making that good run to the state championship game, and just falling short right there with a few seconds left.
Yeah.
But as we talked about before, it's never a rebuilding year at Vigor. You don't have time to rebuild, do you? It's more or less of getting back on track and suiting it up again, because I know you had pretty much a whole new group this year.
Absolutely, yeah. We lost a lot from that team that was very good in 2018, and that team will go down as one of the better ones in Vigor history, and we're excited for that. But we did understand that you got to move on quickly, and no one really wants to hear about anything but except what are you doing now. So we understood that, and we're really focused on trying to get that to be the goal for this year, is getting back to that level of play and sustaining that level of play in our program.
Well, and I know the week before Murphy, you had a big region matchup with Jackson, and I know the outcome wasn't what you wanted it to be, but it sounds like you guys really refocused, bounced back, and beat a good Murphy team. And that must say a lot for you kids and your program in general on how they responded to that.
Absolutely. It says a lot, I think, about our coaching staff and what our coaching staff went in and were able to do last week, and really get our guys locked in on some things and understanding exactly what it takes to play well. And that was a message that we sent to our guys all week. We talked about refocus and how does a champion refocus. And we gave some examples of that and talked with them about that. So that was kind of interesting you mentioned that, because that was really a focus of our conversation.
Yeah, and I talked to a lot of coaches, and nobody wants to lose, of course, but a lot of times you get to really see what your team is about if you do lose.
Oh, there's no doubt. We talked about that as a staff and as a team, that you learn way more about yourself in a loss than you ever do in a victory.
That's right. And, all you can do is take 1 week at a time, and I know you do, one game at a time, and hopefully you're playing your best ball at the end of the year, getting an opportunity to make the playoffs.
And that's totally our focus. We break the season down into to 5 weeks at a time, and we went through those first 5 weeks, and we ended up 3-2. And so now we're talking to our guys now about, the second 5 being 5-0 in the next second 5. So that's our goal. And that's kind of how we break those goals down into measurable small goals, to where you can kind of chew that cow one piece by piece. So
that's right. And
not try to get so focused on 10-0 and all those type things. You really just got to keep it really focused in on small goals that are accomplishable.
Right. And what is so far halfway point? As you mentioned, you guys are 3-2. What's the region outlook right now in your region as of this point?
Well, right now you got to say that we're in the hunt, but we are obviously at the mercy of other teams playing Jackson, and Jackson is a very good football team. and they would have the head-to-head over us. So it'll be interesting to see if they can hold on to that deal throughout.
And I guess it'd be safe to say you still control your own destiny as far as getting in for postseason. So I think as long as and a lot of times the coaches, that's all you can ask for is the ability to still control your own destiny.
Yes, and so we are still in control of our destiny right now. Also, we have the opportunity, we talked to our guys about, we still have an opportunity to host a home playoff game and all those things. So we still have some of our goals that we set for ourselves and still ahead of us that we can accomplish. And so that's what we're going to focus on. That's what we're going to keep it at. We can't do anything about anything that happened a week ago or 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. The only thing we can do is be in the present, be in the moment right now.
Well, I know when we've had conversations in the past, we talked a lot about Vigor High School and the community and how, there's so much support and history behind the school itself. But let's kind of talk about some of your, key players. Who's stand out this year so far? Who's some of the leadership or leaders on your team this year?
It's got to start with Sidney Williams for us right now. Sidney is kind of the bell cow or the lead dog for us right now, and he kind of sets the standard for what we're doing.
And he was a big part of last year's team, too.
Absolutely, absolutely. He's been a really significant part of what we've been doing, or have done, and accomplished at Vigor, and we're excited for his potential and his opportunities that he has for himself. Then offensively, Michael Towner plays running back for us. Has really kind of stepped on the scene and been really good for us in his first 5 weeks. So we're excited for that. And we got a couple other guys that have stepped up as well. Chris A.G., I could go down the list. But
I know it's hard when you start talking about players because it is a team effort.
It's a team effort, and you don't really want to just single out any one particular person over another one. But we have a lot of guys that are stepping up, especially on the defensive side as well. And so we're excited for that, and we're thankful for the fact that, that we do have the opportunity to coach some really good kids that really love to play the game.
And I know on the coaching side too, I know you're very proud and very excited of the coaches that you have on your staff and what they do for you.
Man, I can't speak enough about our coaches and our coaching staff and what they do on a daily basis. With limited resources, you say we got a lot of support. Well, we have a lot of people that follow. We have a lot of fans. Support is small though. We have a lot of fans that are concerned with Vigor football, but we don't have a great amount of support for our coaches. And so our coaches are really fighting through things daily. And I'm excited for them because I really feel like we have the best coaching staff in 5A football.
Well, Coach, I really appreciate you being on today. I know it's you get into that week 5, you start kind of getting into that mold and that grind that's going on. And I know you guys already had your off week, so it's pretty much here on out.
It's a dead
teeing it up every week.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to you. Congratulations again on your big win Friday night, and I look forward to seeing more of Vigor football here in the near future.
Well, thank you much. Thank you for having us on, and thank you for your support, and thank you for all the things you do for Vigor High School and athletics in general.
I appreciate it. All right, we'll be back after the break.
It's a fact. Bullying happens. Bullying can lead to serious physical and emotional pain. But there are some things you can do to prevent or stop it. Stand up for the person who's being bullied. Let the bully know that it's not cool to pick on others. Take action by reporting the bully to a teacher or principal. In the end, when you help someone who's being bullied, you are also helping yourself.
I believe my child's school is probably one of the best ones I could have picked in Mobile. She's in the PACE program. The teachers are phenomenal. The principal, couldn't ask for a better principal. The research that I had done myself, I believe the quality of education in Mobile County Public School System is excellent. For me and my child, I'm going to stick with the public school system. I think it's the way to go.
All right, welcome back to our show. We're here with Coach Wyndham, Vigor's cheer coach. Thanks for being on.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you being here, and I know you're really, really busy this time of year. But of course, I love to bring you in, talk to you about what you do and what you do for Vigor High School and your girls. And tell us a little bit about yourself, kind of where you started and what has gotten you to this point in your career.
Well, I'm a Vigor graduate. I graduated from Vigor in 1992. I left Vigor and went to Tuskegee University, and I have an engineering degree. So I have a mechanical engineering degree with mechanical engineering experience.
Awesome.
And somewhere down the line in 2000, Fred Marshall saw fit for me to come back to Mobile and teach at Vigor, and because that was my thing. If it was for me to teach, I needed to teach at my own school, and he saw that and made that happen for me. And I've been at Vigor ever since 2005.
Wow. Well, that's awesome. Just the background that you have, and then, of course, what you're doing now, teaching math and being the cheer coach for Vigor. So you're obviously all caught up in the traditions of Vigor and what goes on at the school. And so tell us a little bit about your program and cheerleading in general for Vigor.
Well, for Vigor, I'm a former cheerleader also, but in 2006, I became the varsity cheerleader coach after being back at the school in 1 year. Mm-hmm. And through the different athletic directors and principals, we've grew the program a whole lot. And I like to think that I've made a difference in those young ladies' lives. I have had a couple of guys that's been tumblers and megaphone guys for me over the years, but through it all, I think I've done about as well as I can do in the community and making sure that my girls be out in the community as well as at school. We don't just do school events, we do whatever events that we need to do to promote cheer and promote Vigor. So we've done a lot in my 14 years and we look forward to the future.
Well, and that's what a lot of people don't realize. A lot of times, athletics is just half of it.
That's right.
Cheerleaders are ambassadors of the school.
That's right.
And they promote the school, and they, y'all do so much, and a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, what people don't see, you guys do, and I know those girls appreciate it, and I know the school appreciates it.
Yeah, thank you.
I know you take a lot of pride in what you do, and to the point where you serve as one of our District 1 representatives at the State Athletic Association for cheerleading. And I know we have a big event coming up.
Yes, we do.
A big part of getting this event brought to Mobile, this regional competition. Tell us a little bit about that, and kind of what goes on and a little bit about the competition itself.
Okay, well, coming up November the 6th, we will have our second year of hosting the South Super Regional for the Alabama High School Athletic Association. We are very excited about it because it's been a long time since any athletic event has come to Mobile for the Athletic Association. So last year we had roughly 75, 80 squads that came here from Tuscaloosa down to Mobile. I think Tuscaloosa was probably the furthest I saw a squad come. And then we had one squad come from Smith Station. Okay. So last year we had that to happen. So this year we're hoping for more. And we're hoping that we have more than 75 schools to attend and participate. The registration deadline is October the 2nd, which is this week. That's right. And all they have to do is register through UCA. And if they need any information, all they do is contact us. But Brad Jones is the liaison with that. And it's $30 a person. I like to tell my cheerleader coaches through District 1, if you don't have the funds, then ask your school. See if your administrator or your athletic department will fund it to get your school in that positive light and to get those girls and gentlemen, for some schools that have co-ed, get them exposed to the different aspect of cheer, because it's not just Friday nights, it's what they do every day. And that's what we brought in last year. We brought in Game Day. And Game Day is just your traditional fight song, your traditional band song, a sideline chant, and a situational offense or defense. And that's it. And if you get 75 points, then you qualify to go to the state competition, which is the second Saturday in December in Huntsville.
Right. That's awesome. And, I was able to attend last year, and I thought, it was such a big turnout, and you know, I was impressed with what was going on in there and the competition. The girls seemed really excited about it. And, you know, like you said, it's been a while. I think basketball was the last event that the HSA held down at the Mitchell Center.
Right.
Then when it moved, of course, being able to have some type of competition in Mobile, love to see, you know, a big turnout for that. And I know the state would like to see it. We like for the fans and parents and family members and just regular spectators to come watch it.
Right. We had, like I said, had a great turnout last year with the fans as well. So I like to think that it's doable because, like I said, we had Central Tuscaloosa to come down and compete that Wednesday, and then they turned around and played Vigor that Friday night. So if those schools can do it, then why can't the schools that are a little bit closer just take that sacrifice and get those girls, or get your squad exposed and ready to compete on that Wednesday, and then, you know, turn around and you got you another day to get ready for your next event, whatever that may be, basketball or football, because in November I know basketball will be soon to come.
And you don't have many opportunities to compete at a competition like that locally.
Right.
And so, and I know when we were talking earlier in last year, this is for high school and middle schools, right?
It is for high school and middle school, so you can register your middle school, you can register your JV. Most of the schools combine their JV and varsity and do a competition team. So yeah, it's not just for varsity, it's for all your girls from 7 through 12.
Well, and you know, when you look at the exposure that they get, and you mentioned it might be an opportunity where you can qualify and even go to the state level, correct?
That's right.
Where's the state usually held, and what time of year is that?
The state competition is the second Saturday in December, and it's in Hanceville at Wallace State Community College. It's nice layout. It's totally far away, but it's a nice 5-hour drive, and it was really a nice facility. We took my girls this year, and through the community, Vigor and Blunt went together. We got a bus together and we stayed in the same hotel, and it was an event that we shared, and those girls at Blunt as well as the girls at Vigor both enjoyed that experience, and one, being together, and two, just competing together. So like I said, through people like yourself with the school system as well as the district reps down here with me and Elizabeth at Mayor G. Montgomery, and the state with Denise Ainsworth, it's been just a great rapport.
And that had to be really a fun time for the girls.
It was.
I mean, to be able to
The bus was loud.
like that. And that's okay.
But they had a
That's
great time. The bus was
right.
very spirited. So the two coaches was trying to sleep, but you know, the girls was having a great time, music blasting and everything. So it was a great experience for them.
That's what it's about, for
It
sure.
is, it is.
Well, Coach, thanks for coming on and taking your time out of your day to be here, and good luck to you.
Well,
in this
thank you for
competition
all you
coming
do,
up.
because without you and your leadership, then I don't know where we will be in Mobile County as far as promoting cheer and promoting athletics. So thank you so very much for all you do for MCPSS.
Well, I appreciate you and you guys that are do it every day in the fire and get it done. So thank you again.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be back after the break.
As a student in the Mobile County Public Schools, there are a few things I've come to expect. One is a quality education, and the other is a quality lunch. Not only are our school meals well balanced, meeting all federal nutritional standards, but they also have less fat, fewer calories, and they taste really good. Oh, and I forgot to mention, our school lunches contain whole wheat, grains, fruits, and vegetables to give me the energy and brain power to get me through the day.
So, Nicholas, how was your day at school today?
It was great. We had fun in class today.
So, what did you do differently today at school? I mean, anything, any new projects?
We got a progress report today.
You got your progress reports today? So, how did you do?
Don't know.
You don't know. That's okay. We can check that right here. Wow. Nicholas.
Do you have what it takes to be an Envision graduate? We are pioneering students to be all they can be, from 6th grade all the way to 12th grade.
I definitely would recommend Envision to other students who feel the way I feel. They really work with you, and they've gotten tutors, and you have online teachers to talk to.
It starts right here. It starts right now. Envision Virtual Academy. Enroll today.
All right, welcome back to our show. We're here with Coach Davis, Vigor's boys basketball coach and Signature Academy specialist, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
So you wear a lot of hats at Vigor.
A lot of hats, many hats.
Coach, I know you've been in this area for a long time, coaching basketball. So tell us a little bit about yourself, kind of where you started and what's gotten you to this point in your career.
Okay, well, I started coaching at Vigor High School under Coach Bettis. He kind of mentored me, and I went to Mary Montgomery as the head basketball coach. I was there about 6 or 8 years, and then Vigor, this is year 7 for me.
Wow. And not only have you been coaching basketball that entire time, but you've also taken over the Signature Academy part of Vigor. Tell us a little bit about what you do on that end too.
Yes, it's different. Signature Academy, our academy is IT, and we're looking for those kids that are interested in the field of IT and trying to get them to come to Vigor and explore the opportunities and college advancements and summer work internships.
Well, IT is such a big deal now in our workforce development. I mean, everything is computer-based now.
Everything.
So I'm sure those kids that go into the IT program at Vigor, they probably have pretty good opportunities when they leave as seniors, don't they?
They do, and we try and match them up with internships during the summer so they can get more experience. And you have a lot of colleges that are looking for, especially young ladies, but individuals for IT, because that's what the world is all about now.
Yeah, and so, let's kind of transition now to the basketball arena. I know you guys had a good season last year. You went to the regionals.
Yes.
And actually up there, watched the regionals up there, watched the game up there, and I knew, this year coming back. Tell us a little bit about your team. What do you have a core kids coming back? Are you kind of rebuilding this year, or what do you got going this year?
Okay, we'll kind of be rebuilding. We had 7 seniors last year. We have a couple of kids that's playing football that when we get them, we should be decent, just depending upon how healthy they are and the work ethic. We have a couple of returners like Sidney Williams, Aaron Mitchell, Devontae Harris.
Yeah.
They'll really be the core of the team, and we'll have some other players like Chris A.G. and
well, I guess it's kind of one
try and help us.
I guess it's kind of one of those things where, you look at it in the sense of, especially if you share a lot of athletes, which schools like Vigor does, especially smaller schools have to share athletes. And so basketball, you kind of play that regular season building up to the area tournament.
Yes.
And so, on the flip side, the downside is, no, you might not have 4 or 5 players from the start, but at least other guys are getting good experience.
Yes, definitely. We'll have a lot of them playing football, but it really doesn't count till you get to that area tournament. And so hopefully by the time football is over, they'll grow and mature and get back in the thing of playing basketball.
Yeah, because when those, when the football kids come in and you got your full team, at that point, now it's just kind of gelling as a team.
Gelling as a team, that's correct.
Yeah, and maybe, when you look at, the experience that the other kids were able to get playing up into those kids coming in, that could also be very helpful at the end of the year.
Yes, it definitely helps you because you will find out what they're made of and how fast they develop and become basketball players.
Nothing better than depth, right?
That's correct. You have to have depth if you plan on advancing.
That's right. Yes. And that's with any sport. I mean, it's so important to develop that depth and to have, nothing beats experience.
That's correct.
On the court. Tell us a little bit about your area. I know y'all about to start practice here in a few weeks.
Yes.
So the season's right here, basically. Be starting up. Usually games start, first week of November?
Yes, first or second week. Everything's been pushed back a week.
So now, you know, what is kind of the outlook of your area and who's in your area, and tell us a little bit about that.
The area is always tough when you're in there with LaFleur and St. Paul's, Faith Academy,
Right.
Satsuma, and
That's some
Vigor.
good basketball.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. It's a 5-team area. Started last year, so it's a pretty good area.
Yeah.
You're going to compete. You really don't know who's going to host the area tournament. You just
Right.
hope that you could get a good seed and you progress from there.
Yeah, and you want to be playing your best basketball in
That's
that area
correct.
tournament.
That's correct, because that determines whether you go on to the sub-region and the regional tournament.
Yeah, because really everybody qualifies for the area tournament.
Yes.
It's just a matter of where your seed's going to be, correct?
That's correct.
And that's based on your regular season
Your-
area games.
Yes, your regular season area games.
And then so whoever gets the 1 seed will host a tournament,
That's correct.
and then from there everybody else will fill in.
Yes.
You know, going last year and being able to make it to the regionals, you know, what was that experience like?
Well, it was good. It was good. We've been going to the regionals the last couple of years, and so it helps us. It motivates more kids to want to come out and participate and try and get to the Final Four. So hopefully this year we'll be able to advance past the regionals, because we've been to the regionals twice in the last 3 years, and I think the kids are really hungry to try and advance to the Final Four.
And it's some good basketball in that 5A.
Yes, it is, definitely.
region. And that's what, you know, a lot of people may not understand. Just in the area that you're in, to qualify,
Yes,
it's hard enough.
yes,
But then even when you get there,
yes. And only one team will advance out of our region.
right, to make it to the finals.
Yes.
That's right. Well, as far as like, what do you do with your kids in the off season? I know you're really busy. Do y'all do a lot over the summer? Do you just want them to go play? Do y'all do a lot of workouts? What is kind of your regiment for your kids?
Well, we do a lot during the summer. We play games, try and make it real game situations so that the team can develop and learn each other as much as they can
Right.
before they actually start school and go off their separate ways.
You think that's pretty important? I'm getting into the school year.
Oh, definitely. It's definitely important. You really want to know who your team is, what to expect, so you can kind of lay things out so when the season starts, you'll be ready.
Yeah, kind of getting to jump ahead on,
Yes.
you know, where you can just pick up where you left off, basically.
Yes. And you'll have some different players come in doing tryouts and stuff, but you do want to know what the nucleus is going to be like.
Yeah, and that's really important, building that team chemistry there.
Yes.
Well, Coach, again, I appreciate you being here. I know I worked with you for a long time. I respect what you do, and I know Vigor's lucky to have you, and I know you wear a lot of hats there, and
Yes.
but wish you nothing but the best, and hopefully see you advance again this year and continue to move forward.
Okay. I just want to thank you for what you do for the Mobile County Public Schools system and athletes.
I appreciate it, and so good luck, and we'll see you on the court.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, that'll conclude our show. We'll be back next week.